Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 21. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released July 17th, 2013, beginning alphabetically with A+X number 10. Black Widow and Phantom X find themselves on opposite sides of the law in Russia. Scarlet Witch and Domino try their luck together. Next we've got All New X-Men number 14, Jean Grey vs. Mastermind. Years ago, one run-in with this famous Brotherhood of Evil Mutants member was the beginning of the end of Jean Grey. Will history repeat itself? Next we've got Avengers number 16, The Two-World Solution, Prelude to Infinity Part 3. The battle between the Avengers and the Mad Earth heats up. Whatever happened to Ex Nihilo and the Abyss, and for that matter Starbrand and Nightmask as well. We've also got Avengers Assemble number 17, Part 4 of 5 of The Enemy Within. With the world quite literally ripped apart at the seams and the Avengers scattered, how much longer can Captain Marvel fend off the madness of the Magnetron? Next we've got Cable and X-Force number 11. As tensions rise between X-Force and the Uncanny Avengers, Cable's precognition visions grow increasingly relentless. X-Force must race against the clock to stop each terrible vision from coming true. But what will happen if they fail? In the world of X-Force, a minute can mean the difference between life and death. Next we've got Deadpool number 13, another lost Deadpool issue, this one from the 70s. Deadpool hits the streets with Power Man and Iron Fist. We've also got Fantastic Four number 10, Ben Franklin was a Skrull. Next we've got FF number 9, what happens? Pool party. Who do they fight? Pool party. What do we get? Pool party. We've also got Iron Man number 13, the secret origin of Tony Stark continues. That ulterior motive? It's huge. Let's go inside it. At the deserted battlefield from the beginning of time, we discover the best offense. Next we've got Morbius, the living vampire number 7. Morbius can't get away from Superior Spider Month. Cure Everything Part 2. With Morbius and Spider-Man making a tentative truce, Morbius gets closer to finding the cure and closer to getting caught. We've also got Nova number 6. Now that we've seen his origin, there's only one thing standing between Nova and being an Avenger. He needs to ask his mom. We've also got Powers Bureau number 6. From the writer of All New X-Men and Age of Ultron comes another Eisner Award-winning chapter of cops and capes like you've never seen them before. Federal Agent Christian Walker has gone undercover to solve one of the deadliest cases in Powers history, while Agent Pilgrim fights for her life against a most unnatural pregnancy. Next we've got Savage Wolverine number 7, Wolverine Slices, Elektra Dices. What more could you want in a comic? And we've got Scarlet number 7, The Revolution is happening now. Scarlet takes City Hall with her list of demands, and the city's reaction will surprise you. The creator-owned hit of the year is back and bolder than ever, from the Eisner Award-winning team of MALEEV and Bendis. We've also got Superior Carnage number 1 of 5. Superior Spider-Month gets sinister with the return of Carnage. Locked away in an asylum, it looks like Carnage is gone for good, but his fellow inmates have other plans. Will they successfully wake the monster, or will this hideous experiment create the most powerful, dangerous, maniacal Carnage yet? A superior Carnage? Kevin Shinick of Avenging Spider-Man and Robot Chicken and Steven Segovia of Extreme X-Men, Thor, come together to create a story so grotesquely gratifying you won't be able to look away. Next we've got Thanos Rising number 4 of 5 with the solicit simply, Thanos kills a lot of people. Next we've got Thor God of Thunder number 10, God Bomb Part 4 of 5, the penultimate chapter of the saga of the God Butcher. Thus comes the final battle against Gore as 3 Thors lead an army of slave gods in the fight to save all of divinity. But will it be for naught as the massive God Bomb is triggered at last? We've also got Thunderbolts number 13 with the same solicit as last time. First, a look at the Punisher's role on the team. Does he trust his teammates? Then, delve into the secrets of the most mysterious Thunderbolt, Mercy. We've also got Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 25. Miles Morales celebrates his 25th issue. Will the surprising appearance of new heroes Cloak and Dagger be enough to bring Miles back to the superhero fold? More young heroes debut. Who will they be? Next, we've got Uncanny X-Force number 8. The Phantom X love pentagram explodes. With the truth about their sordid past fully revealed, can Phantom X, Psylocke, and Cluster look each other in the eye? Every psychic ninja needs a vicious animal with no impulse control and a short temper to back her up, right? Puck. Man, does this guy ever love jerky, especially buffalo and bison jerky dipped in Canadian whiskey. Plus, a terrifying surprise villain from the X past is definitely playing chess, not checkers, across Los Angeles. We've also got What If AvX number 2 of 4. The biggest event of 2012 is now the biggest miniseries of 2013. We all know what happened to the Avengers and the X-Men, but what if the story had gone differently? The one and only Jimmy Palmiotti brings his signature style to the mind-blowing reinterpretation of the key event in the history of the Marvel Universe, featuring Magneto, Hope, and every Avenger and X-Men you can imagine. Next, we've got Wolverine MAX number 9. Logan leaves Los Angeles in the dust as he ventures out into the California desert, but someone is following close behind. Is it a cop, a killer, or someone with even more sinister plans? And we've got X Factor number 259, the end of X Factor Part 3 of 6. One of X Factor's oldest secrets is revealed, the truth about Longshot and Shatterstar. Out in trades this week, we've got Avengers Academy Final Exams trade paperback. With the Academy shut down as the staff joins the fight between the Avengers and X-Men, the students are left to pave their own road and face the ultimate temptation. When the team learns of teenage corruption magnate Jeremy Briggs' plan to cleanse the world of superheroes with a depowering inoculation, will they join his cause and take his cure? When faced with the opportunity to live as ordinary teenagers, it's every student for himself as they make the biggest decision of their lives. Up against an unthinkable test, will they make the grade in this thrilling conclusion to the Avengers Academy saga? Collects Avengers Academy number 34 to 39. Next, we've got Avengers Assemble by Brian Michael Bendis trade paperback. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, assemble. The world's best-known Avengers are teaming up for a high-stakes mission with the fate of the Marvel Universe at stake. When the Avengers stumble upon a string of heists of some of the world's most dangerous weapons by a criminal team, the Zodiac, they soon discover the villains are being empowered by a threat from beyond. Can this all-star team of Avengers defeat a cosmic foe with the power of a god? To win the day, they'll need help from the unlikely team of spacefaring heroes known as the Guardians of the Galaxy. Collects Avengers Assemble number 1 through 8. We've also got Captain America by Ed Brubaker Volume 4 trade paperback. It's the end of an era as Ed Brubaker's epic run reaches its stunning conclusion. Captain America faces his greatest challenge yet from the American people. TV pundit Bill Braxton is calling for Cap's retirement, and the populace is taking his message to heart. Meanwhile, the mysterious superpowered terrorists known as the Discordians are striking U.S. targets. Torn between discovering the truth and saving a citizenry calling for his head, Cap's spirit is tested to its limit. Collects Captain America number 15 through 19. We've also got Deadpool by Daniel Way, the complete collection, Volume 1 trade paperback. Daniel Way's hilarious action-packed run begins here. When the merc with a mouth is hired to rub out Wolverine, sparks will fly. But when both men can regenerate any wound in minutes, how can either one expect to finish off his foe? And whoever wins will have to face Wolverine's murderous son, Daken. Then the Skrulls have infiltrated Earth, but nobody warned them about Deadpool. The invaders replicate Deadpool's healing factor in a new generation of Super Skrulls, but why is Deadpool himself leading the brigade against Earth? And when Norman Osborn double-crosses Deadpool, the maniacal merc unleashes a full-on assault against Avengers Tower. Norman must pull out all the stops, and that means deploying his new team of bloodthirsty Black Ops Thunderbolts. Collects Wolverine Origins 21 to 25, Deadpool number 1 through 12, Thunderbolts 130 and 131, and Deadpool Saga. We've also got Marvel Masterworks Doctor Strange Volume 6 hardcover. Steve Englehart and Gene Colan set Doctor Strange on a series of unmatched classics in the Sorcerer Supreme's next Marvel Masterworks, and it all begins with the end of the world. Eternity declares that the end times are here, and to save us all, Stephen Strange must first face himself. Next comes the Doc Strange vs. Dracula crossover, followed by a trip to hell, and finally a time-traveling occult history of America. Then Marv Wolfman takes the reins as Doctor Strange rejects his Sorcerer Supreme status and must battle Xander, the Merciless, and a Clea gone mad. With lush and lyrical art by Rudy Nebris and P. Craig Russell, you'll find none more worthy of the name Masterworks. Collecting Doctor Strange number 10 through 22 and Annual number 1 and Tomb of Dracula number 44. Next, we've got Mighty Thor Journey into Mystery, Everything Burns trade paperback. The gods will be turned to ash. The world tree burns as the forces of Surtur, Lord of Muspelheim, scorch the 9 realms with the irrepressible blaze of war. Loyalty to blood stands above loyalty to realm as the warriors of Asgardia and Vanaheim battle one another while ever-hungry flames of rebellion feast on the destruction, and in the heart of conflict stands a boy. The plots and schemes Loki set in motion during his adventures across the 9 realms come to an explosive conclusion that brings the legendary heroes of myth to their knees. When the God of Thunder, Thor, falters in battle while placing his trust in his beloved brother Loki, the boy god Lord of Mischief, be Asgardia's salvation or its undoing. Collects the Mighty Thor number 18 to 22 and Journey into Mystery number 642 to 645. We've also got Ultimate Comics Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis Volume 4 hardcover. Miles Morales finally has his costume and web shooters, and now he has his first A-list Spider-Man villain. There's a new Venom in town and he's hungry, but who exactly is the new Venom, and what is his terrible connection to Miles' father, and how does he know so much about Miles? As his father lies in critical condition, a desperate Miles turns to the one person who can help him, Gwen Stacy. The final showdown with Venom looms, but how does Gwen figure into it? And how will the battle change both her and Miles' lives forever? Plus, the Daily Bugle is on the hunt to find out everything they can about the new Spider-Man, but what they discover will surprise them, you, and him. Collects Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 16.1 and 19 to 22. Next, we've got Uncanny X-Force Volume 7 Final Execution Book 2 trade paperback. X-Force exists to tackle the problems ordinary X-Men can't or won't confront with extreme prejudice. But as the killing begins to take its toll, a less existential crisis faces the team, a new brotherhood of evil mutants, led by Wolverine's twisted son, Daken. With Phantom X already dead and the rest of X-Force lost in time, the brotherhood begins its true quest, the kidnapping of Genesis, the young clone of Apocalypse, from Wolverine's Jean Grey school, and the fulfillment of his destiny to rise as a mutant despot. The only way X-Force can save Genesis from the Brotherhood and the world from the new Apocalypse is a desperate assault on the Brotherhood's base. But that's just what Daken's counting on. Collects Uncanny X-Force number 30 to 35, material from Wolverine Dangerous Games and Deadpool number 1000. And last, we've got Wolverine MAX Volume 1 Permanent Rage trade paperback, your favorite X-Man the way you want him, in a no-holds-barred Max series written by award-winning crime novelist Jason Starr. In Tokyo, Logan gets pulled into a terrorist plot, or was he the target all along? In the aftermath of a plane crash that wiped his memory, the man known as Wolverine investigates his own past and uncovers things he didn't want to know. Who are Victor Creed and Mariko Yoshida? What do they mean to Wolverine, and what dirty secret are both hiding? Framed for Creed's vicious acts, Logan becomes public enemy number 1. But when the chance to face Creed in a final showdown comes, Logan knows he must learn the full truth about himself, about Mariko, and about what exactly happened on the plane. Collects Wolverine MAX number 1 through 5. Okay, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.